Welcome to my channel Mintage Mysteries, where every coin has a hidden story. If you love discovering hidden treasures and uncovering coin secrets, you're in the right place. We're on a quest to solve the puzzles behind the world's most fascinating coins. From rare errors to legendary rarities, let's dive into the mysteries of numismatics. The 1993 Lincoln penny is a continuation of a long-standing series of 1-cent coins issued by the United States Mint, featuring the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, this design marked a significant departure from previous U.S. coinage, being the first to feature an actual historical figure on a circulating American coin. Prior to the Lincoln cent, allegorical and symbolic figures such as liberty dominated U.S. coinage. The Lincoln cent represented a shift toward commemorating influential national leaders and events through everyday currency. The obverse of the 1993 Lincoln penny features the right-facing profile of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Brenner, a Lithuanian-born sculptor and engraver, created the portrait based on a photograph of Lincoln taken by Matthew Brady. The design has remained largely unchanged since its introduction in 1909, though some modifications to lettering and relief have occurred over time due to evolving minting techniques. Lincoln's bust is centered on the coin's obverse, with the word Liberty to the left and the year of minting, 1993, to the right. Above Lincoln's head arcs the national motto, "In God We Trust." Depending on the minting location, the coin may also bear a small mint mark below the year, D for Denver or no mark for Philadelphia. The reverse design in 1993 continued the Lincoln Memorial motif, which was introduced in 1959 to replace the original wheat ears reverse that appeared from 1909 to 1958. The change commemorated the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Frank Gasparo, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time, designed the Lincoln Memorial reverse. It prominently features the neoclassical monument in Washington, D.C., framed centrally on the coin. Above the memorial arches the inscription, United States of America, with the motto, E pluribus unum, appearing directly beneath it. The denomination, 1 cent, is boldly positioned at the bottom. Remarkably, with the aid of magnification, one can see a tiny engraving of the seated Lincoln statue inside the memorial, echoing the statue in the actual monument. This level of detail showcases the technical prowess of the mint and reflects a deep reverence for Lincoln's legacy. In terms of composition, the 1993 Lincoln penny continued the use of copper-plated zinc, a change that had been introduced in 1982. Prior to that year, pennies were struck from a predominantly bronze alloy consisting of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. In response to rising copper prices and cost concerns, the mint transitioned to a composition of 97.5% zinc with a 2.5% copper plating. Although this new composition maintained the traditional appearance of a copper coin, it was significantly lighter and less costly to produce. The copper-plated zinc planchet used for the 1993 penny weighed approximately 2.5 grams, compared to the earlier 3.11 grams of the pre-1982 bronze cents. The production quality of the 1993 Lincoln penny was consistent with the mint standards of the era, benefiting from improved striking techniques and die maintenance. The coins were minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with billions produced in total, making them common in circulation. Proof versions were also struck at the San Francisco Mint, designated with an S mint mark, and featured a mirror-like finish with frosted design elements, appealing to collectors. The 1993 penny, though one of countless issues in the Lincoln cent series, represents a convergence of historical reverence, artistic continuity, and modern minting economics. It serves not only as a functional unit of currency but also as a small yet enduring tribute to one of America's most revered presidents. The 1993 Lincoln penny, while generally common and widely circulated, has specific varieties and conditions that can render it rare and valuable among collectors. Most 1993 Lincoln cents were struck in enormous quantities at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, over 14 billion coins in total, so the vast majority hold only face value or minimal worth slightly above 1 cent in circulated condition. However, rarity and value for this year's penny depend heavily on factors such as mint errors, high-grade preservation, and unique proof characteristics. A primary factor that can significantly increase a 1993 Lincoln penny's value is its condition. Pennies that have never been in circulation, known as uncirculated or mint state coins, are far more desirable than those showing wear. These coins are graded on the Sheldon scale, with MS-60 being the lowest mint state and MS-70 being a flawless, perfect coin. For a 1993 penny to carry substantial value, it typically needs to be graded MS67 or higher by a professional grading service such as PCGS or NGC. At these upper levels, the coin will exhibit sharp details, full mint luster, and virtually no contact marks. Due to the mass production and modern minting processes, finding coins from 1993 with these qualities is relatively uncommon, which contributes to their elevated value in the marketplace. Coins graded at MS68 or better are particularly scarce, with very few known examples, especially for the Denver Mint Strike, 1993-D. These high-grade specimens can command prices of several $100s, and in rare auction events, values may even exceed $1,000, depending on collector demand and market trends at the time. The scarcity of such high-grade examples is due to the typical handling and transportation of pennies, which often leads to minor imperfections even before the coins enter circulation. Another category of value lies in error coins. Errors can occur during the minting process and include a wide range of anomalies, such as double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, die clashes, and cuds. For the 1993 Lincoln penny, no major varieties have been recognized as official by reference guides, but certain individual errors have surfaced in the collector market. A double die, for instance, would show noticeable doubling in the lettering or date, especially on Liberty, In God We Trust, or the digits in 1993. While none have been confirmed as major class double dies for this year, coins with such features, if authenticated, could demand hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the clarity and prominence of the doubling. Off-center strikes are another collectible variety. These errors occur when the coin is not properly aligned during the strike and results in a partial blank area on the coin. Off-center errors ranging from 5% to 15% can add modest premiums, while those with 50% off-center strikes and a fully visible date are considered much more valuable and highly collectible. Prices for dramatic off-center 1993 pennies with full dates can range from $50 to several $100s depending on the extent and visual appeal. Proof versions of the 1993 Lincoln penny were minted exclusively at the San Francisco Mint and bear the S mint mark. These proof coins are struck using specially prepared dies and polished blanks to produce a high level of detail with mirrored fields and frosted design elements. While most 1993 S-proof pennies are relatively common, particularly those graded PR68 or PR69, finding a perfect PR70 deep cameo specimen is considerably more rare. These top-grade proofs are difficult to find due to even the smallest imperfection disqualifying them from the PR70 designation. When certified as PR70 Deep Cameo by a reputable grading company, these coins can sell for $100 or more, depending on market fluctuations. One additional factor that occasionally contributes to high value is a transitional or planchet error. Though not commonly reported for 1993, any instance where a penny from that year was mistakenly struck on a foreign or off-metal planchet, such as a dime blank or an older bronze planchet, would be considered highly rare. These errors must be authenticated through metallurgical testing or expert examination and, once verified, can fetch prices ranging from several hundred to thousands of dollars, depending on the uniqueness and demand among collectors. Despite the overall abundance of 1993 Lincoln pennies, the intersection of condition rarity, minting anomalies, and grading excellence makes certain specimens from this year extremely desirable and valuable. Collectors often seek out such coins to complete registry sets or to possess a pristine example of a common date made uncommon by perfection or error. If you enjoyed today's exploration, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin discoveries, and share this video with fellow collectors. And as always, keep searching for those hidden treasures in your change. You never know when you might stumble upon the next big mystery.